This is Austin Balaz interviewing Eric Arnett.
When I was 11 years old, my mom and I began to believe that Jesus had died for us. We both committed our lives to Him, and after that, I just really went all out. I was in youth group, I was very involved in the church, and shortly after my dad got very involved, and I saw his life change, and a lot of the things that my parents used to do, drinking and all different kinds of things, they stopped doing those things. My faith when I was a young teenager was so real. And when I first went into high school, I was still very strong in my faith, and I even carried my Bible to school.
I'ma tell the world, tell 'em. I'ma tell it everywhere I go. Tell the world, tell 'em. Yeah, I'ma build.
I decided my second year, I don't know if it was really a decision I made in a particular moment, but it was a decision I made kind of subconsciously that I would stop carrying my Bible and stop talking about God so much to my friends. I was able to kind of pretend like my faith wasn't real. And I started acting and dressing and talking like the rest of the students, and I started making friends, and that really felt good to me. And I was accepted a lot more, and so kind of began this downward spiral for me. And by my junior year, I had started smoking cigarettes, and I started drinking and things like that. I got a girlfriend, and I graduated high school, and my relationship with my parents was just a mess. Halfway through my senior year, my parents, they asked me to either stop the way I was living or move out of the house. And I saw that as an opportunity to be free, and so I moved out and moved in with a friend, and that just opened up a whole lot of doors to walk through, different drugs, and kind of started partying more, and I realized just how selfish I was being.
Slave to myself, but you let me go. I tried getting high, but it left me low. You did what they could never do. You cleaned up my soul and gave me life. I'm so brand.
Those couple of years after high school, I really got into a lot of things that I promised myself that I wouldn't ever get into. And I found myself in places that I promised myself I would never be.
That's all that matters. I ain't love you first, but you first loved me. Come on. In my heart, I cursed you, but you set me free. I gave you no reason to give me new seasons, to give me new life, new breathing. But you hung there bleeding, you died for my lies and my cheating, my lust and my.
I kind of started to ask myself, what am I doing with my life? And on that night that I got into a fight with my roommate, it really just all hit me that I had been running away from God, and I knew that I had to turn back to Him. And so I called my dad, and I called him crying, and I apologized to him, and I honestly think it's a miracle that he even answered the phone after everything that I put him through. But in the morning I told them that I was done living the way that I was, and I apologized a ton of times for everything that I put him through. It started the process of me rebuilding trust. I started going back to church. A lot of the friends that I had stopped hanging out with from church accepted me back like nothing ever happened. God has changed my life.
So therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he's a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. Yeah.
I'm a pastor now.
So how would you, how would your life be different if you followed out your walk through high school?
I think that there was a few times that I had really close run-ins with the police, or I saw my friends in the hospital. I saw them getting arrested. I even had some acquaintances from high school die from overdoses and things, and I think that if I kept going down the road I was, because it was getting worse and worse until that night that I went back home, I think I probably would either be in jail or dead.
How are you different now than how you were in high school?
In high school, I just wanted my own way. I wanted to do everything that I wanted to do, and anyone who told me that I couldn't do whatever I wanted to do was my enemy, and so my parents became my enemy. And it really just my family was a mess because of the decisions that I was making. And so now, I'm letting God change my life. My dad and I are best friends, and my relationship with my mom and my grandmother and even my sister are all restored. Just everything about my life is new. I'm brand new.
I'm brand new.